it has gone 11 o'clock. It is time to get today's proceedings underway. Good morning and a very warm EVES welcome to you all. My name is Sean Foster and I have the pleasure of being your auctioneer here today. Very shortly I'm going to run through the conduct of auction that we work under here at EVES, but before I do so I'd like to take a few moments just to familiarise you with the auction process. The auction will principally form three main parts. Initially, I'll cover off the legal particulars pertaining to the properties I'm calling here today. Second, I'll revisit each property, hypothetically speaking, of course, to remind you why you were here and why you should be bidding up on your property of choice. And third, the most exciting part, I'll offer the property up for your competitive bidding. The bidding process itself, it's very simple. I'll nominate a bid, you'll raise your hand, I'll count your bid until such time the bidding stops. Hopefully I'm bringing down the hammer. We've reached our vendor's reserve price, and in just a few short weeks you'll be taking possession of your new home. And if you are a prospective bidder here today, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all the very best of luck with those endeavours. Now, if you are unfamiliar with the auction process, or indeed if you have any questions at all, we are in some unique situation here, being level 3, so we've got our phone bidders, but I will suggest, I know we've got you on the phone and I know you are watching us through our live process here. If you have any questions, please speak to those respective salespeople, raise those questions at any stage, and I'm happy to answer those questions as they come through. I draw your attention now to the New Zealand Residential Property Sales and Purchase Agreement Guide. It is important that you have received a copy of this before you bid here today. I know they've been available via obviously email in this environment and the private viewings that we have had. And it's my expectation, if you are bidding in a cash unconditional position here today, ladies and gentlemen, you would have received one. It's not my intention to go through the terms and conditions of sale in their entirety. They have been made available. I know agents have been emailing them out, and they have been again available via those private viewings. However, I will remind you that they are endorsed by the Auckland District Law Society and the Real Estate Institute of New Zealand, so you can bid up with confidence knowing that they are terms and conditions widely used throughout the New Zealand marketplace. And if you are bidding here today, ladies and gentlemen, it's my expectation that you've taken all legal advice or any other advice deemed necessary to allow you to bid in that cash unconditional position. I'll draw your attention now to the conduct of auction, and it reads: property is being offered up for sale subject to the reserve price and subject to that reserve price being met. The highest bidder, whose bid is accepted by myself, shall be the purchaser. I may nominate the sum by which the bidding can be raised. I may also refuse any bid. Now, because we are in COVID level 3 conditions, we have telephone interest here on both lots that we are calling, so there is registered interest, as you'll probably appreciate. Vendor reserves the right to place a vendor bid. However, I will remind you, ladies and gentlemen, if a vendor bid is being placed, it will be placed just by myself. I will make it very clear by calling it a vendor bid, and it will be well below that reserve price. Vendor may withdraw the property from the auction or before it has been sold without declaring that reserve price. If a dispute arises with regards to any of the auctions I'm calling here today, which I'm sure there won't be, we may determine that dispute or re-offer the property up at its last undisputed bid. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are the successful purchaser here today, I require you to do three things. First, sign the memorandum of contract. Now, obviously, this will be done electronic post today's auction if you are that successful bidder. Pay a 10% deposit again online, and of course complete the information, the GST information in Schedule 1. Now, before we move on to our first property, I will go to those callers and ask whether we have any questions before we proceed.
Have you got any questions, honey? Lovely. No. All good, thank you, Sean.
All good. So we'll move on then to lot 1, and it is 6 Rhonda Avenue in Dingwell, Hamilton, proudly marketed by Murray Watson of our Victoria Street branch. It's a freehold property sitting on 857 square metres more or less, formerly known as Lot 250, DPSA 16035, all contained in Certificate of Title SA14A/1394. Property has been offered up with vacant possession, will be sold inclusive of GST, and possession and settlement date have been set down for the 19th day of November or earlier as mutually agreed. Just checking here further terms of sales, ladies and gentlemen. I know they've been distributed to you, but we just have the standard COVID possession clauses in there, which I know you would be well familiar. Well, to the property itself, of course, 6 Rhonda is located in Denwell, just walking distance to local shops, park reserves, handy also to the Waikato Hospital, and just a short drive to the CBD. Positioned down a private right-of-way, this home is currently configured as a 3-bedroom, 2 living areas. The living area flows seamlessly to the covered north-facing deck, of course, allowing the family that access to the 827 square metre section. Perfect, may I suggest, for the kids and the family pets. Tastefully decorated, the home has the added benefits of the gas central heating, the infinity hot water system, and of course the DVS. Ideal for the astute investor or the first time buyer looking to enter the property market. Ladies and gentlemen, you've had 3 weeks to view this fine property, vendor instructions are quite clear. They've asked me to go to market and more importantly go to our purchasers on the phone here and look for an opening bid or offer. I'm in your hands now, telephone bidder. We will be sort of a little patient with some of these bids that are coming through.
650.
At 650, welcome to bidding at 650 on the phone here. We'll look at moving away in, let's call it say 25 from here. But with my starter now on the phone at 650, who's got 675 to move me along? At 650 I have first call, second call, third and final at 650.
680.
At 680. At 680 the bid now. We'll move to 7 if it makes it any easier here. But with my starter now at 680, we've got some communication issues there right now. 680 the bid, 7 can I say. At 680 now, 20 on top now at 700. First, second call at 680.
680.
Third and final. Roz, I'll help things along a little bit. I'll actually place the a vendor bid at 700,000 to make it easy. Vendor's instructions are quite clear. They're quite happy to retain the property at 700. I'll invite you to 720 now. Bid sits with the vendor now at 700,000. 720. At 710, I'll take your 10. We're looking for 10 on top here. Sits with my starter there on the phone here. Keen to secure this fine property in Rhonda Street at $710,000. I'll invite her in for 10 more. 10 more on top, and then maybe we can have a call. Ross, please remind them we've got strong conditional interest on this property, so if they're here to secure the property, I suggest that they pop that 10 on top. First call. Second call at 710. Third and final at 710.
We've got very, very strong conditional interest.
Ladies, if we can just pause the auction here, I'm actually just going to seek some instructions from our vendor and negotiate with both parties here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate your patience working tirelessly for both our vendor and our purchaser. I'm pleased to announce we've had an advance in the bidding to 720,000. Can you confirm your bid at 720,000?
Lovely, is that confirmed at 720? Yes.
My instructions are quite clear. Red sold by sticker goes up on the property for want of another bid at 720,000. First call, second call, third and final at 720,000. Property sold. Congratulations. Congratulations to our vendor and our purchaser. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to pause just very, very briefly as we connect with our bidders on lot 2. For those watching around New Zealand and the world, I'll tell you now it's an absolutely stunning day here in Hamilton. The sky is blue, the sun is out. The only limitation is, we don't get to appreciate the full wonder of that under our current under our current restrictions. I think I do have the okay to proceed. We do. Well, ladies and gentlemen, to lot 2 we move now. 85 at Tulikaramea Road in Dinsdale has been proudly marketed by flamboyant Eddie Scott of our Victoria Street branch. It's a freehold property sitting on some 855 square metres more or less, formerly known as Lot 6, DPSA 13681, all contained in Certificate of Title SA 14A/977. Property has been offered up with vacant possession and will be sold inclusive of GST if any. Possession and settlement date has been set down for the 19th day of November 2021. I'll just draw your attention to the further terms and sale. I know these have been made available through you, but I will just remind you 22.0 are obviously the COVID clause in terms of movement and levels and what we can do, and of course 23.0 has been the insertion of some vendor clauses as the property has been sold through executors of the estate. Well, to this fine property we go now, 85 Tulikaramea Road, been in the family for many years, first time on the marketplace here, located in the heart of Dinsdale, handy of course to that local shopping centre, reserves easy access to the fine Hamilton Lake Walks CBD, and of course the base is handy up the road as well. This nice 200 square metre home boasts 3 bedrooms, separate bathroom, toilet, open plan kitchen, dining with great access to the family living. Split over 2 levels. The basement, may I suggest, is a super area here. Plenty of room for the cars, plenty of room also for the family that has plenty of toys. Sitting on a full 855 square metre section. This property here borders onto the Road Street Park, so not only do we have 855 for the kids and family pets, we've got nice access there to the large acreage of that is Road Street Park. Again, like our previous lot, we've had opportunities to view the property via appointment here. Vendors have asked me to go to market. I'm in your hands now, phone bidders here. I'm looking for an open bidder offer. Where do we start? Where do we go? Rick Homan in construction here.
700, Sean?
At 700 the bid. We're on the right property here at 700 the bid. We'll start away at there at 700. We'll look at moving away and let's call it say 25 from here. But with my starter now at 700, who's got 725 to move me along? First call, second, third and final. Do we hear them disconnect? Surely not at this little level at 700,000. I'll move things away into a level that maybe we might be able to have a chat. I want to bump things up to 750, and I'll invite you. Vendor bid at 750. I'll invite you to 775,000 on the phone there. I remind you, we are in a lovely Dinsdale location here. I've got 775.
Will you take a 5?
I'll take 775 is what I'm after. We've got plenty of conditional interest at 750. 200 square metre home here, remind them, Ros.
Yes.
Call them up quick.
Sorry, what did you say?
At 750 bid now. First call, happy to go back to all conditional interest.
755.
Actually, let's pause this the auction and let me have a chat with our vendors and our purchasers, see if we can get this together. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience once again. Look, what we've been able to do is we've been talking with both parties. I've actually had really clear instructions from our vendor at this type of level. As I said earlier on, they will retain the property, and more importantly, they're going to withdraw the property from auction. So I know I've made a number of conditional parties very, very thankful with that withdrawal. So for want of another bid here, we are going to withdraw the property, and Eddie, you can actually get out and contact all that conditional interest. Yes?
Yep, definitely.
Excellent. Well, ladies and gentlemen, look, thank you for your attendance here today. A great day, as I said, here in the Waikato. We have a number of outstanding properties coming up for auction in the coming weeks. So please pop on our website, eves.co.nz, have a look at what we have on offer, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Thank you.